Everybody, Michael here again. Today I am taking a look at Top Planet sleeping mask with headphones. Kind of an interesting concept. What got me here was when I fly, I usually take my noise canceling headphones, which are over the ear noise canceling headphones. But then it's uncomfortable to put any kind of a mask over your face to block out the light because the headphones get in the way. So when I saw one of these, I thought, oh, that'll be interesting. So when I went looking for, some of these, I found there are like hundreds of different kinds. I wanted something that was soft around the back, and there was only a few models that didn't have just a cloth or a nylon, if you will, Velcro. This one had the Velcro strip embedded in a nice wide, softer strip of material back there. That's kind of what separated this one from the other ones, because they're all pretty much basically the same. So I got it here. It comes with a little carrying case and some instructions for how to connect the Bluetooth to it. I found that the Velcro itself, at first you look at it and you're like, man, how is that going to hold together very well? But it actually does. I'm kind of surprised because it doesn't hold vertically. It's pretty easy to tear off, but when your head is pulling it, it stays together really well. So not bad there. The second thing was, this is where you charge the unit itself up. And this just kind of hangs out here. And what I found is that after I've charged it up, I just take it and I stuff it back in there underneath the little flap, and then it gets out of the way. And if you make sure it lays flat, when you put it on, I thought, is this thing going to be really uncomfortable to have pressed against my head? And it didn't until I laid on my side, which I'm a side sleeper. So when I laid on my side, on this side, I definitely kind of felt it pushing on me just a little bit. After a little bit of adjusting right there, it didn't create a big problem. The other thing to know is that the speakers are right inside here, and you can access both of them simply by, sticking your fingers in here and pulling them out. Right? The nice thing about them is that when you put them back in, they're movable. So wherever you need to adjust them to fit your ears, you can do that. They're a little bit, they're like a 1/4 inch, 3/8 of an inch thick. And so when you put it on and it's sitting against your ear and they lay on your side, I found that after, 20 minutes or so, it made my ears hurt just a little bit. But again, I didn't buy this really as a sleep mask. For me, I bought this for when I travel on an airplane, and so I'm not laying on my side during that. And the sound quality was plenty good enough for me. I'm not an audio technician, so the sound quality was plenty good enough. The Bluetooth worked just fine. You press and hold the play pause button, which is not super intuitive. You have to look at the directions to do that. You press and hold that, make your Bluetooth connection, which was simple enough. And then the plus and minus, that's not volume, or at least not on my phone, which is a Pixel. It was a change the song. So forward, backward on this song. However, once you put it on, it's kind of like, trying to poke at it on your forehead. Not the most, intuitive. You kind of got to feel your way through it. But I guess if you put a mask on, that's to be expected, right? As far as how comfortable it is in the face portion of it, if you can see in the video there is some indentations for your eyes, and then there's a nose bridge. When you first put it on, this nose bridge kind of lays flat this direction. You got to push it back up so that it seats. And even then, when you do, there's some light leak down here at the bottom. I couldn't get it adjusted so where there wasn't any light leak down at the bottom, and that was a little disappointed. I kind of wanted a little bit of total blackout Wasn't a lot of light leak, but there was still some there. Also, wearing it, the unit up here is a little square plastic unit inside of the padding. I didn't really notice any discomfort there, but overall, the mask was comfortable enough, but it wasn't as comfortable as I was hoping. There's this velvety on the outside, this velvety feel, but when you get on the inside, it's not a velvety thing. It's still soft, but it's not a velvety feel. I'm not quite sure why they didn't incorporate that in there. Maybe there was a reason for that. The eye sockets definitely help. Having the indentations for the eyes, that definitely helps so that you can blink and you don't feel like your windshield washing with your eyelashes there. Overall, not bad. And I definitely will use it on my next flight. I did try to sleep with it, and that lasted maybe an hour, and then it was just too uncomfortable. And I'm not generally a sleep mask wearer when I sleep, and I sleep on my side. So putting these speakers on my ears after a little while got a little uncomfortable. Overall, kind of a cool, novel concept. And, for me, when I'm traveling, I want to try and cancel out the aircraft noise and the people around me and the constant interruptions over the intercom and listen to something that's a little bit more soothing so that I can try to rest as much as possible, because I do a lot of long distance flying. And it's not noise canceling, but it actually does a pretty good job of muting the noise a little bit. It doesn't cancel it out. You can still hear, but just turn the volume up just a little bit, and there you go. Anyways, all in all, not bad. Definitely, worth the $20 to get it, and I'll use it when I fly. So it's just gonna go in my bag. Now, in terms of this bag, I think this kind of configuration here, where they, you put it in the bag and it lays flat. If you're going to pack it in your suitcase, that's one thing. That fits fine there. But if you're going to put it in your backpack, which is what I normally do for my carry-on, I would love for it to just kind of fold up a little bit more compactly and be able to be stuffed in there. And I can sort of do that with this bag, but that's just my personal preference. And so I have another bag that I'm going to, fold this thing up like this, shove it in that little bag, and then I can just stick it in a pocket in my backpack. But that's not a reflection of this as much as it is just my own personal preference. Anyways, hope that helps. If you're the type that wants to block out the light and block out the sound while you're traveling, or even while you're, just laying at home in bed, definitely give it a try.